Two people, man. Yes, two people are here. All right, man. I thank you two people. I thank you guys for being here. Big day today. Big day. Today is September 23rd, 2021. And as everybody out there should know, the search is on for Brian Laundrie. That's his last name, man. I mean, I ain't making that up. Hey, Diane Ashley, how you doing? Man, thanks for being here. Tommy, I'm going to say that's SDI Dora 5. Sarah Lopez, man. How are you doing, Sarah? So the search is on, everybody, for Brian Laundrie. Now, I can kind of fill in the blanks, but what I wanted to do, because I've been debating this for about 3 days, and it seemed that every day they was a little bit closer to finding out exactly where Brian was and locating it. But it's been ongoing. And every day where I don't do a video, I'm like, man, it's probably good I didn't, make one. But today I thought, well, I should kind of do this, make a video, kind of get everybody together on this, see what we come up with. Now, let me backtrack. And I'm going back a time ago. I do not have dates and all that exact in my head. I've just been following this case, not really, if you see where I'm at, like researching and gathering all kinds of knowledge on the case. Now, what I've been doing was watching WFLA, and I think it's called Hey JB, and they're running live, like where they're looking for Brian down in Florida. Of course, WFLA is a Florida channel. And they've been at Carlton Reserve, which is a huge reserve down there. And I forget what it was, like 26,000 acres, something like that. They got swamp buggies. Now, again, let me back this all the way back up. I think that what happened and what was going on in the original with Gabby Petito was this. Her and her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, set off, going back in time across America in a van, living out of a van on like doing a YouTube channel, I think, something like that, Facebook channel, and, doing the whole van life thing. Now, they're up there, and this is the original word I got on this. A 911, well, hold on. Again, let me retract. So they're up there. Now, we know that there was a 911 call involving the two of them. Now, I have that 911 call. Excuse me. I have where the officers arrived from that 911 call. Now, after that, then we started hearing a second version of that it wasn't her that was slapping him, that he was slapping her. So, I go back and I got that on there, and I kind of want to show you guys the 911 when the cops arrived at the scene, because it's very long. They go into detail with each one of them, speaking to them. They took them alone, was talking to them, and you can really see what was happening. Now, this is me on that, and I'll retouch upon this in a little bit. But in the original, they said that she was slapping the guy and trying to get into the vehicle. Now, in the second one, it was he was slapping her and he got in the vehicle and she was trying to get in. Now, in both cases, when you look at the video when the cops arrive, he's the one that's marked up from being slapped. She has no marks on her at all. Now, she said, I was slapping him and distracting his driving, which is why he hit the curve. So when the cop, and again, I mean, I'm sitting here kind of verbalizing this, whereas, I have the video, but now he had her alone and was saying to her, I want you to be very careful on how you answer this question. Listen very carefully to what I'm saying. Why, this is not exactly how I said it, it was like, why was you slapping him? Was you trying to hurt him or physically, harm him in any way like that? And she's like, oh, no. Well, then what was the reason for it? Oh, I was doing that because he kept telling me to calm down. Now, she had already said she had OCD, but that to me sounds like she was having a mental attack, a mental breakdown. That's the way the cops looked at it. She was having a mental breakdown. That was the main of it. Now, my thought on what occurred was that picked up. They was separated for the day. The next day, he would have had to go get her, this and that, and so on. And then they got back together. Now, at some time after they got back together, I believe that this altercation picked back up. And I think being at a camp, I think it went too far. He may have hit her, which I believe probably happened, and killed her. You know, I don't think it was his purpose to go out there and kill her. I don't think it was like that. I think it was all accidental, but I think that that's what happened. Now, after seeing that, okay, she's dead. Here's the love of my life, dead. I killed her. You know, what does he do? He turns around, he takes the van and drives home. He drives home and contacts an attorney, you know, which I think was right. Maybe not to leave not to leave there, but to contact an attorney, because he's got to know what to say when they arrest him, because they're going at him for full-blown murder. Okay. And he knows this, but I think that he has like the look, I was not trying to kill her, you know, and I think he wants to stand on that. The lowdown is he's already talked to an attorney. He's already got all this, man. He's went to where he thought he needed to be. Simple truth is he's got to be turned in. They got to find him. They got to find him, man. So that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I'm looking at this like, well, he's out there, but I don't know why. I don't know why he's hiding. I don't know why he's running. You know, he's had this time to talk to his attorney. It's time to go in. You know, it's time to be found. It's time to turn yourself in, whatever it is that you're going to do. I don't think that he's out of the country. And I don't think he's out of the country for this reason. Look, the FBI, and I'm backing up like a week ago. I don't know the guy's name, and I apologize to him because, hey, sir, if you're watching, man, I'm sorry I don't remember your name. But, you know, here was a guy, I think he was with the FBI, and the press had asked, do you know where Brian Laundrie's at? Yes. Yes, we know where he's at. Twice they said that. We know where he's at. Yes. Now, it was my thought that he was in the Laundrie house, the yellow house with all the media stationed right out front. That's where I thought that he was. And I felt that that's where they felt that he was. Now, they went in, was talking to his parents, and his parents led them to the reserve. Oh, he said he was going to the reserve. That's where we think he's at. He was going, you know, and they led them to, you know, law enforcement to an area where I believe they knew full well he wasn't at. You see where I'm at? Now, if this whole time with the FBI in the state of Florida watching, he could not have traveled. He could not have got out of Florida by bus, train, boat, anything like, you know, I'm really not seeing him leave the country like that. Now, if he did leave the country, if there was a way set up when he first got back to get him out of the country, then the people that set that up would probably get charges, you know, for aiding and abetting, stuff like that, because that's one cops love to give you, aiding and abetting. You know, aiding and abetting the future, you know, a felon or something like that. So anyway, yeah, I think that he's probably in Florida. My first guess was the house. I don't know if law enforcement went in and searched the house. If they did go in and search the house and seen he wasn't there, then they probably already set up an area for him to be that's not at the Carlson Reserve. You see where I'm at? So they're hiding him out. And I'm waiting. Where is this guy? You know, where is he going to come up at? Yeah, you know, thanks, Diane, because I'll tell you what, I was looking at that today. You know, I was looking where they was speaking of that, and they said that when he got home and returned without her, now, this was the neighbors that was talking about that. That when he came back, he had her van. I mean, and apparently they didn't see any issue with that because they wasn't in, you know, on what was going on. But he was there for like a week prior to, and through that time, his parents and him had went camping. Now, probably because I'm kind of in agreement with Diane here that that's probably what they did was they set up this area where he could go ahead of time. And I don't think that it was at the reserve. I don't think it was like that. I think that it was someplace else, and they're leading them to the reserve to get them out of the area where they know him to probably be. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Barbara. That's where I'm at. Same way. And they have done so much like searching there, man, like helicopters, drones, dogs, swamp buggies, people walking. It is pretty insane. And I mean, I sit here and watch it and I'm like, you watch the swamp buggy go through that reserve, man, just like gliding on water, and you look all around him and it's just nothing but brush, trees. And I'm like, man, he could be in any one of those and they could have drove by him 40 times and they'd never know. I thought, how are they looking to find him in there? Just catch him by eyesight? Because it seems, it'd be hard to do. Well, I don't think it's like that. I mean, I don't. I'm not taking his side, and I'm not going opposite of because I don't know either side. I don't know anything that really happened, but I think that probably the way that it happened was accidental. I don't think that he purposely murdered her. She ended up dead, and justice must be served, and he must be found, in question for that. But I don't think that he, purposely killed her and is afraid of, dying in prison for it. I mean, that would probably, that might be a little bit more than kind of where his mind's at right now. But then again, maybe he's out there right now going, oh my God, I don't want to go to prison. I mean, think about what they'll do to me. I was looking at that. I was I thought it was like a silver Mustang. Now the other day when they was all out front of the house, and I remember, I mean, it was kind of the story, because at that time he was a person of interest. They hadn't had the coroner report back yet from the body that they had found. Was still kind of unsure that it was Gabby Petito at that time. Now, hold on. No, right. And you know what? That's kind of where I'm at. That is where I'm at, because that was what was initially known. Now, when they was talking to law enforcement at that time, that's when he said, yes, we know where he's at. And somebody else brought it up the same way. And he says, yes, we know where he's located. We know where he's at. Now, I felt that was at the house. I did. And I thought, okay, of course they know where he's at, because this is the FBI. They know that this is likely a murder scenario. We got to know where he's at so we can arrest him. Now, I think that they knew where he was at, had him under surveillance. But I think now they've kind of been screwed word-wise. I mean, maybe by his parents or attorney. Well, this is what he said, and this is where he let, kind of leading them onward. So, I mean, I am kind of watching that. And think about it like this. If he's in that house and they arrest him and they find that he's in that house, I mean, wouldn't his parents be in some trouble for that, man? You know what? I don't. I really don't. I don't think that he's out there looking to kill himself or anything like that. I mean, he's 23. the other day. He was on the journey of a life with the love of his life. I don't think that he's out there looking to kill himself. He may say he is. I mean, if they find him and he feels threatened that they're coming to kill him, he may say that. But I don't think that he's out there looking to kill himself. I think that really, I mean, he probably wants it all to go away. He probably wished that this is not what he was dealing with, but it is. And he's got to like come to that. He's got to understand that, hey, there is no way I can just run from this. Other people will be paying the price if I do. But he's got to turn himself in, let them know what happened, what occurred, and let the charges ride thereafter. But he can't run from it, if you see where I'm at. He's got to be found. Now, the way that I had originally set this up was like so. I was going to sit here. I was going to be listening to the live while we did the show, while I was showing some videos. And that fell through. That fell completely through. But what I do have is a video. So maintain for a minute whilst I pop this video up. Shit, what the hell? No, that ain't right. Share, right? That, yeah, okay. Boom. All right. Let me go find this.
Yeah, I hear you. Hi, I'm calling. I'm right on the corner of Main Street by Moonflower, and we're driving by, and I'd like to report a domestic dispute in Florida with a white van, Florida license plate, white van, gentleman. Where's it at? 560 or. They just drove off. They're going down Main Street. They made a right onto Main Street from Moonflower. Or what were they doing? But,
now, right there, I want to point out. You see the marks on his face? Right there? All of these. Now, that is from being hit. That is from being hit. And again, when you see her face, there is not a mark on it.
What did you say? What were they doing? We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl. He was slapping her?
Again, now here is a 911 dispatcher. We drove by and the guy was slapping the girl. He was slapping her? Yes, dispatch. I mean, it's like, okay, he was assaulting her, got it. Okay, we're citizens, but he's sitting there like repeating what the guy's saying, like it's a bad media interview. Like they're really trying to drive this story home that he was pounding or hitting her. Now, again, this is the 911, and I will be showing the arrival of the cops right here, right after we complete this.
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off. Okay, you said a white van? White van, I give you the license plate. Just give me 1 sec. I took a picture of it. What kind of white van? Like a big one? There was a smaller van, but the license plate, it was white. Florida license plate QFC G03.
It was, the make was a Ford, model was Transit, black ladder on the passenger side.
Black ladder, passenger side.
White Ford Transit.
White Ford Transit. Okay, what's your name? And where did they, so they headed south on Main Street from Moonflower Market?
Correct, they made the right turn.
Oh, so they went north.
North, yeah, sorry, I'm not from around here.
Okay, so you're right there by the post office?
Right across the street, yep.
Okay, and when they turned onto Main Street, they went right or left?
Right.
Right, so they went north. North on Main. All right, I will let somebody know. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Bye.
Thanks.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC.
My bad. I forgot to unmute me. My bad. Okay, I'm sitting here with a muted camera. Okay. Could you guys hear the video fine? That's what I was waiting on. Where's the video? Oh, yes. And you know what? I'll get right back to that. Thank you, Sharon. Because that is another little piece to this that originally held some water up front. There was the two women, don't have their names. And the reason that I don't have their names is because I was not looking, it seems like now it might be looking back and maybe a not the right way. But now at one of them, and I think it was Moab, I believe, that one of those campgrounds right there where they were at, there was two women who were newlyweds, had just gotten married and were camping there. And now one of them had told or texted a person that there was a creepy guy that was camping by them. And they was thinking about like moving their camping location to another part of the park. And I guess not long after that, they were found shot to death, dead. Now, this happened right before things hit with Gabby and her boyfriend. Now, at first I thought, well, I don't know why he would go kill these women. I have no idea on that. I mean, why would he just continually show up at their camp and then kill them? It didn't make any sense, but I thought well, that might be a good place to start, because if he did do that, I mean, that would certainly lead to a big, fight and outing, because for whatever it was, and the one thing that we really don't know is these arguments that her and her boyfriend were having, what were they in regards to? She had told the cops it was personal matters. Well, what personal matters? I mean, they never touched on that. Oh, hey, man. Okay. I hope all well there, Amber. Yeah. So now this one here, let me pull this back up. See, I don't even know what add to. There we go. Let me go pull up the other video. Let's see. Way down now. 9-1. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I need 911. No, that is 911. There it is. Okay.
This 911 audio is also quite compelling. It reveals the public saw during the couple's altercation in Utah. A little bit more about that. Perhaps a little bit different perspective, though, than we first thought, at least some of us. Police separated the two, and remember, no charges were ever filed.
But should they have done more after what we learned today? Fox 13's Stan Maddox puts the 911 call into the timeline.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
A newly released 911 phone call sheds a light on what others witnessed at the end of a month-long cross-country trip and clearly a stressed relationship. Gabby Petito and her fiance, Brian Laundrie, spent the month of July on a cross-country sightseeing tour. A 911 call just obtained from August 12th is the first indication something was wrong when a man in Moab, Utah, told dispatchers he saw Brian slapping her.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Okay, you said it's a white van?
Laundrie told police that Gabby hit him with her phone and grabbed the van's steering wheel to make him pull over as police followed them.
You were hitting him in the arm. Did you grab the steering wheel?
No, I
He did not talk to the steering wheel.
The two were separated for the night and no charges were ever filed. On August 19th, a now eerie video was posted to YouTube detailing their van life journey.
Gabby Petito never goes outside.
Giving a glimpse into their life on the road. On August 25th, Gabby posted her final Instagram photo from Utah and made what was the last phone call to her family from Grand Teton National Park. The van was captured on video in the park 2 days later. A TikTok user claimed to give Brian a ride the evening of August 29th. They say he was hitchhiking in the area. On August 30th, Gabby's mom said she received a strange text message from her daughter that read, "No signal in Yosemite," referring to the national park in California. Laundrie returned home to Florida on September 1st in the same van, but without Gabby. And 10 days later, her family reported her missing to New York authorities on September 11th. On September 17th, Northport police went to the Laundrie home. The family attorney revealed that Brian's whereabouts were unknown and that he was last seen the morning of September 14th before going hiking. On September 19th, law enforcement in Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming, found a body similar to Gabby's description, where she was last believed to be seen. Dan Maddox, Fox 13 News.
All right, Dan, many more questions than answers in this story. We're going to continue the coverage of Gabby Petito, the investigation, coming up tonight at 6:30. We've also posted all the latest.
All right. So that was not the video I thought it was. Apologies. Because I had the one where it was showing her. Well, okay. That one began the same way. Now, in the original, and this is what everybody was told originally, was that law enforcement was called 911 as a person had told them that she was slapping him and trying to get back in the car. When she was pulled over, and that's why I thought I had the police video from where they had pulled him over after the 911 call. Okay, now she's the one that says, "No, I'm sorry, I was distracting him and distracting him, or and slapping him, and from driving." Now she was saying that, and the same as they had told law enforcement that she was doing that. His face is marked up around his eyes. She ain't got a mark on her. Now, again, through all of that, when you look at that, it really shows to me that she was having a mental breakdown. I don't see it in any other way, because if she was being hit and abused by her boyfriend, something that we had never heard, period, bar none, anything ever, prior to this, then she would have been marked up. She would have had marks on her. She would have been marked. She wasn't marked when they got there, not a mark on her. So I don't know. I really fall to a side that it picked up the following day, maybe day after, and shit went awry. That's where I'm at. Well, geez, Diane, that's a little judgmental. I mean, why would you even say that? I mean, here I am. I'm trying to be that guy that's like not even casting a judgment, because I'm seeing this in a way that I assume is probably the reality. I think that shit hit a bad time. It came to a thing where he wanted it to stop. She wanted this to stop. And I think that he used the punch, something like that, and it was too much. That's what I think, man. I don't think that he was purposely keeping her somewhere and abusing. And, I don't see that at all. And I mean, okay, here's another. If he was doing that, and hey, here's the cops, and you guys have your van, tell them, hey, this guy's doing this, man. This guy's been doing that, and I need my van. I need to get the hell out of here. That would have done it. Do you see where I'm at? Well, I'm not. Sadly, it wouldn't help stopping it. I don't know what would have stopped it. I don't even know what happened. Seriously, I don't know what happened. Hey, Kenny, man, what's going on, dude? You know what? I just kind of covered that earlier. I think that they did. I think that they led law enforcement to an area where they knew he wasn't going to be at. And I think they did that purposely. Now, I don't know where he's at, but it seems with the FBI in the state of Florida that they would have had him surveillanced and would know where it was. But apparently, the answer to that is no. They're spending what looks like millions of dollars searching for him. You know, millions and millions of dollars. Oh, wow. Man, only been live for 30 minutes. Seems longer than that. Hang on. Let me go over here real quick. Shit, I got to open a page. Give me one quick second. And, you know, I hope that somebody out there is kind of watching this live. Oh, well, hey, here's something, though. Hold on a second. Tragic misstep. Fight between Gabby and Brian in Utah days before she vanished. Now send her a brand new probe. Huh. Now I'm going to get over here to YouTube, and I want to try to find that 911 where the cops came up. There it is. Okay. This might be it.
I'm not going to be the good guy. I'm going to be the great guy.
Oh, yeah. I ain't getting no money.
For analysis of the 911 calls I want to bring in former FBI Mary Ellen O'Toole. Mary Ellen.
Man, I don't care what Mary Ellen's got to say. I don't give a crap. You see, man, hey, right here. Yeah.
Driver is showing some obscure driving, possibly intoxicated. Currently doing 45 miles an hour. From here is 25. Oh! Subject says hit the curb. Correction, speed limit is 15. I'm about 3/4 of a mile into the arches, just before the gate. You want to place your vehicle into park and go ahead and turn it off for me? Yeah. No, park? Oh, it is in park, yeah. Okay, turn off your engine. Go ahead and set your keys on the dash for me, all right? What's your guys' names?
Gabby.
I'm Brian.
Gabby, Brian? Okay. What's going on? How come you're crying? I'm just crying. We've just been fighting this morning. Some personal issues.
It was a long day. We were camping yesterday, and camping got stuff, flies and stuff. I'm sorry I hit the bump there.
I was distracting him from driving. I'm sorry.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle for me, man?
Yeah.
Just hang tight right there. Do you mind if I take your keys and just put them on your hood?
You got it, buddy. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm going to go ahead and close your door. Okay? Why don't you come over here? SO2T9. I had the female that was on the passenger seat separated from the male. Keys are on the hood. You want to tell me what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It just some days I have really bad OCD, and I was just cleaning and straightening up back of the van before, and I was apologizing to him and saying, I'm sorry that I'm so mean, because sometimes I have OCD and sometimes I just get really frustrated. Not like mean towards him, I guess my vibe is like I am like in a bad mood. And I was just saying, I'm sorry if I'm in a bad mood. I've just been really stressed. I had so much work I was doing on my computer this morning.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I used to work at an organic juice bar, but I just quit my job.
Okay.
I was a nutritionist. That's my job.
Cool.
And I just quit my job to travel across the country. And I'm trying to start a blog. Have a blog and stuff. So I've been building my website. So I've just been really stressed, and he doesn't really believe that I could do any of it. So that's kind of been like I don't know. He's like down there. I don't know. We've just been fighting all morning, and he wouldn't let me in the car before. And then
Why wouldn't he let you in the car? Because of
told me
your OCD?
Told me I needed to calm down. Yeah, but I'm perfectly calm. I'm calm all the time, and he really stresses me out. And this is a rough morning.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I sit you down in the back seat of my car? You're not in any trouble, okay? I'm not going to be putting handcuffs on you. You obviously don't have any weapons. I'm going to get you into the air conditioning, let you take a breath, relax a little bit, and then I'll come back and talk to you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right. Like I said, you're not in any trouble. So just go ahead and take a seat. Watch your feet. What's that?
You talked to Gabrielle, right?
Yeah, I just spoke to her. Yeah. So, you want to do me a favor? Let's go ahead and get you to step out of the vehicle. Alrighty? Come on over here. You're not in any trouble right now. So, tell me what's going on.
She just gets worked up sometimes, and I try and really distance myself from her. So, like, I locked the car and I walked away from her. What happened this morning is that she's trying to start up like her own little website blog and everything. So I give her time. And we really had a nice morning if anything, but she just got worked up because we were trying to get going and get our day going because we want to go like arches before the Sunday time.
Okay. You want to tell me about those scratches on your face?
She had a cell phone in her hand. That's why I was pushing her away, because she wanted me. I locked the keys so I could walk away. I said, let's just take a breather and let's not go anywhere. Let's just calm down for a minute. She was getting worked up. And then she had her phone and was trying to get the keys to her, so I got in the way. I was just trying to, I know I shouldn't push her, but I was just trying to push her away to go, let's just take a minute, step back and breathe. And she got me with her phone.
Can I see your hand? Oh, you got a mark right here.
Oh, that's from a wire.
That's from a wire?
Yeah.
You want to tell me about hitting that curb?
Hitting the curb was her grabbing the wheel.
She grabbed the wheel?
Yeah. She said, I can't believe we're getting pulled over, and then she grabbed the wheel.
What about the speed? Did she take over the...
No, I
over the pedal on you?
If I was going fast, I'm sorry. No, it's probably just the moment of, like, I'm still shaking now. The adrenaline, seeing the lights flashing up, and then her gripping the wheel. So if I sped up, I'm sorry about that. Or if I was speeding beforehand, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it took quite a bit to catch up to you. So,
yeah. I'm sorry about that. We're just going into the park again to get water because we have a 6-gallon water container to fill up. So we're just grabbing water for the hike. Okay. And I was trying to keep everything calm and quiet because there's plans still to go for a hike. But it's good. I'm really sorry about that.
Of course. Do me a favor. You want to go ahead and just take a seat right over here on the curb for me?
And if I was speeding, I'm sorry. I apologize.
You don't have anything in the pocket or anything like that, do you?
Nope.
Just the wallet? All right. And then, do you mind lifting your shirt so I can check the waistband? Turn around for me real quick. Perfect.
Nothing.
I just want to make sure. That's all, man. Go ahead, do me a favor, take a seat. All right. Oh, do you have your ID on you?
In the car. If you want to come with me,
no, we'll just do this. Just go ahead and take a seat.
You come with me, I'll give it to you.
All right, you're fine. What's your first name?
Brian.
Brian? Is that Layman spelling?
B-R-I-N, and L-A-U-N.
And then your last name?
L-A-U-N.
L-A-U-N.
D-R-I-E.
D-R-I-E?
Yep.
Laundrie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your date of birth, Brian? I'll say crisscross applesauce, but can I just sit in the shade because I'm bald? It's okay. I'll give you some shade. Sound good? Alright, just hang tight for me. SO229. I need a 29 name and date of birth. First name Brian, layman spellings, last name Laundrie. Lima Alpha Uniform, November, Delta, Romeo, India.
Where'd you hit him? Slapped him first? It's on his face? How many times did you slap?
Bravo, Romeo, India, Alpha, November.
And then what? And his reaction was to do what?
It's going to be out of Florida.
He just grabbed you? Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, but I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you. Because, you know, where did he hit you? No, don't worry. Be honest. You slapped your face or what? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So has he been drinking?
No, we don't.
With Squarespace, editing and adding pieces.
Okay. What was up with his driving? This officer said he hit a curb.
I
While you're driving?
well,
While he was driving, you were hitting him?
I'm not. Like, come on, I like kind of like.
Did you already tell him all this?
I didn't get that far into
Okay,
it. She
so
was hyperventilating
she's
a little
saying
bit.
that they don't drink, but at the point when you let them up.
You don't drink or anything.
She started hitting him.
Yeah, I was yelling at him, and then when you turned your lights on, I like kind of punched his arm like this.
She's saying why he hit the curb. You said it was Gabby?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm really bad. It was Gabby?
Yeah.
Try to meditate and stuff, but you tend to have a lot of anxiety and stress.
I have a lot of anxiety.
And what's his name? Is it Brian? Is he usually pretty patient with you?
Yeah. But it just makes me upset. I know that he definitely gets frustrated with me a lot.
All right. Just asking here. Make sure. Okay. Can everybody hear the video fine? Let me know. It looks like everybody could. All right. You know what? I'm just going back to the video.
Way of taking my anxiety and bringing it down, but my ex-wife, she's my ex-wife, I'm just sharing it, I know it's a little personal, but to help you understand, we would feed off each other's anxiety and it would spiral, you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how much I loved her. It may be bad for your soul, just saying. I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but if you know you have anxiety, look at the situations you can get in, you know what I mean? And we're not here to be mean to you or anything. Well, you know, there's a first time and then it usually... We'll go see what Brian's saying, but I think you've heard everything now from...
Quick question. You said you were hitting him in the arm. Did you grab the steering wheel?
No, I didn't.
You did not touch the steering
wheel, but only for like a second because I just saw the lights come on and it was more just like you're an idiot, like you know.
But did you grab the steering wheel and like swerve or anything like
No.
that?
No. I didn't touch the steering wheel at all.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and close this door again. Do you have enough air back here, or do you want me to kick it up some more?
I need water.
I will see if I can find some.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
You wouldn't happen to have grab some water, would you? Oh, yeah. And I can get a bottle. Did you already give a statement to this officer? I've got this gentleman here. Yeah. This gentleman noticed that you had some marks on your neck. Yeah.
Bazooka Joe made it.
This officer is probably going to be the one handling the whole case. You want to listen to what he has to say, and and then you tell him what happened. So if you don't mind, start at the beginning for me.
Start at the beginning. Well, I don't want to go too far back, but we've been in Beyond Land for the past week or so, traveling around, and the flies here are pretty intense. So the flies have definitely been getting to her, and then my feet are dirty and everything. So I think that our little squabble started because we were hanging out at the coffee shop, and when we got back to the van, there was some dirt and stuff in the van, and I moved our food around. It was a little disorganized, so she gets a little.
Will you take those? Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Do you need any water?
That's okay.
It's hot out here.
We were going to get water because we ran out, but it's okay. No, it's all right. I don't like plastic bottles. It's okay. Thank you, though. But we just had a little disagreement there. Disagreement was just that she was getting a little worked up, and I was saying, "No, it's okay. Thank you so much."
It's not my fault. That's good.
So it was just more of a disagreement, and I just wanted to.
What was the disagreement about?
It was. I wouldn't even call it disagreement. It was just that I'm dirty, and I can't change being dirty. Like I got dirty feet, I got sand on my flip flops and stuff like that. It was that we were at the coffee shop for so long because we were there from 9 to 3. So yeah, there's a few little things, little relationships. I don't be in a relationship, but I'm sure you have.
I've been married for over 5 years now. So.
There's a lot of little things. Right?
Yeah, I can go.
And
I get it.
We weren't physical before the point where I said, all right, let's just take a breather and walk away for a minute. I'll lock the van up and I'll go for a walk this way, and you can go walk that way on the block. There's that what is it called, Moonflower? Right. Yeah, nice areas. You can go either way. It's all shaded. So let's go for a little walk and breather. Come back. Just breathe. Yeah, we're happy with it. I'm not upset with her. She got worked up, and she had her phone in her hand and her keys and everything. And she wanted, not her keys, her rings, her phone. And I was holding on to the keys because I didn't want to go anywhere. And my big fear is, I don't have my phone. I don't have a phone. So she goes off without me. But I'm on my own. So I was saying, let's just go for a walk. And she was trying to get the keys for me. So I was just going, just wait back up. And that's when she hit me. And I didn't get, I don't want to push you, but I didn't get overtly physical. I was just trying to keep her away and not get hit. And then I got really loud, and that's probably drew everyone's attention where I was going, back up, get away, just give me a.
Okay, so you said you pushed her to create some distance, obviously, right? What happened after that? What got the scratches on your eye?
The phone.
The phone. So you pushed her and she hit you?
It wasn't like a push and she jumped on me. She was already, I don't know, she was already swinging and I was pushing. Yeah. A lot of angles, a lot of nails, a lot of rings.
Yeah. You got 3 scratches in your neck. You got 1 on your left side of your neck. You got 1 in your face here, and you got 4 that are bleeding over there. Right? So it looks like 2 hands. Do you mind lifting up your right sleeve for me? I'm curious about something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of nails. I suppose fingernails, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about fingernails.
Is it bruised or tender or anything like
that?
No. Okay.
I'm fine, and I look at her. I hope she doesn't have too many complaints about me. I'm just, I feel bad I had to get so public. I was just trying to be loud to listen. I try to make her calm down and be like, look, everyone's watching. Like, stop this.
Thank you. I got a quick question for you, Brian. Do you take any medications or anything like that? You don't take any medications or anything like that? Okay. Are you normally just kind of like hyper?
Do I see my heart rate up whenever the lights flash on? It gets your heart rate up. If I see my
trust me, it does me too, and I'm the one that it gets me going a little bit.
You probably can say, "Hey, buddy," whenever somebody walks up.
So, okay. Yeah, do you know if she takes any?
She's crazy. No, no, I don't think so. No, none that I know of.
All right. Real fast, can I get your first name?
Yeah, it's Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, how do you spell that?
G-A-B-R-I-E-L-L.
And your last name? B-E-T?
P as in Peter.
Oh, P.
And E-T-I-T.
I see. Oh. You guys both live in Florida, right? Or that's where you guys come from?
My license is in Florida right now, but I'm from Florida.
But that's where you have it out of currently. That's a 59. I need a 29 by name and date of birth. First name, Gabrielle. Golf, Alpha, Bravo, Romeo, India, Echo, Lima, Echo. Last name, Tico, Papa, Echo, Tango, India, Charlie, Oscar.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Ball.
It's going to be Florida. We're just kind of hanging tight for a minute. All right.
If the tables were turned and he was beating on you and you were shoving him, of course we're going to look at it like, oh, of course he's defending himself to get away from this guy. But we're kind of looking at the same way with him. We have to take both fair, even if he was a bigger man and he was smart. The law doesn't say, hey, Officer Pratt, Officer Robbins, you can treat people different based on gender under the sense you can. Even if it makes no sense. You probably could not physically destroy this man.
This is Officer Robbins. Hey, how's it going? That's fine. I'm still going to be here for a few.
Gabby, this is a very, very important question. How you answer this question is going to determine what happens next. But the only person who can answer this question is you. Think very hard before you answer the question. Do not quickly answer it. Think very hard. When you slapped him those times, were you attempting to cause him physical pain or physical impairment? Was that what you were attempting to do to him?
No.
What were you attempting to do? What was the reason behind the slapping and stuff? What was it you were attempting to accomplish by slapping?
I was trying to get him to stop telling me something.
Well, it doesn't sound to me like she attempted to injure him. It's your call. This is 100% your call. I support you either way.
I'll let you get back to your parents, okay? Say that she openly admitted to me earlier that she was striking him in the arm. Or he said that she was striking him in the arm. He said she was, and that's what caused him to hit the curb. She said that she got hurt. I might have these two mixed up, probably.
No, she said that too, but she started distracting him by hitting him. And then he probably looked at her, and that's why the mark found the window seat. And she said it was her fault because she was distracted from fighting him. But she said she didn't try to hurt him, it wasn't malicious. She thought that he wasn't listening to her.
So assault is an attempt with unlawful force or violence to do bodily injury to another. The code for bodily injury, the definition says, bodily injury is infliction of pain or physical impairment or illness. So you can go this now. I'm recording, and society and the judges and everyone can judge me for this. I am looking at a 110-pound female and her fiance who have no means to be separated. He doesn't want to pursue it. She's not a threat to him, more than slight abrasions from her fingernails. I don't care if we use the actual letter of the law to not charge, but I also don't care because it literally does possibly make perfect sense to go full-on domestic assault and do the whole thing. This is your opportunity to make the decision. Let's.
I want to point out right here, okay, that had they have done that, had they went ahead and pursued a domestic assault charge against her, it would have been against her in this case. Now, there was 3 cops, I believe 3 cop cars that showed up, spent an hour and 15 minutes, talking to these people, separated. And I mean, from watching it, I mean, that's what I got out of it. She was flipping out, man. She was assaulting him. The cops heard the same thing. She told me up front, this is what she's saying. She did, and it was put down as a mental breakdown. I say breakdown, and I don't mean it like she freaked totally out, but she was just kind of mentally breaking down a little bit. OCD, and I don't even know where that begins and ends. But I think at the end of it, it looked pretty obvious that she's the one that was doing the assaulting, and he was on the receiving end of that. So anyway, they let them go. And another one too, I remember one of the cops was saying that after they had talked to him for a minute or two, that he could see that they was in a domestic relationship, a toxic relationship. I'm like, wow, isn't that crazy? I mean, a cop whose job it is to pull you over and get any kind of revenue he can out of you, being a public servant, can ask a few questions and tell whether your relationship is toxic or not. Go cops. They're psychic. That's how it works. But anyway, the reality of it is they was let go. Now, what he was told was that he would have to go, I forget what it was. I think, forget where in the hell they did that. But I remember they was telling him next day he would have to drive up there and do something about the release, sign something before they could, be back together. So that's what they had to do. Now, they did get together the following day. And I think that things, again, after that escalated just like they were here. I don't know that. I mean, I'm going to say it probably never went through this kid's head. I'm going to take her out to the campground and kill her. I'm just going to take her out there, kill her, do away with her, and drive home. I don't think it went like that. I really don't. I don't think it was anything like that. And I would like to see this guy found safe and sound. Yeah, Moab. How weird is that, man? Mother of all bombs. How weird is that, man? Like Moab, Utah. Crazy, man. Crazy shit. Well, you know what? And I did consider that. But here's the thing. I mean, if you look at the 911 call, and it could depend on which one you're looking at. The original that they said, the way it happened, she was slapping him and somebody had called. And then it turns around, which is the way that it came out. Correct me if I'm wrong. She was slapping him. That's the lowdown of that. She was slapping him. He got marked, man. She was telling the cops. There it is. Just like the guy had called and said. Then they turn around and go, no, he was slapping her. That's why they called. And, and then they totally changed the narrative. And then everything you hear is, he was slapping her. He was slapping her. He was slapping her. The dispatcher, he was slapping her. That's right. He was slapping her, and then that becomes everything that you hear, So wouldn't it just pop into your mind that, well, he knew somebody saw him. So he says, hey, if anything happens, this is what you say. Well, it could seem that way, but the thing is, they had just got in the vehicle and took off. I don't think that they would have been covering, they would not had time enough to go over what they was all going to say. There's the cops. Bang. You're pulled over. After he goes over the bump, she was hitting it. So I don't know, man. Again, I think that things were just escalating. And I don't know. I think that the cops really took that too far. I would not have went that far. There ain't no way. I would not have separated them. I wouldn't have. I would have said, hey, man, you know what? This is the truth. You guys need to go sit down, calm down for a little while, man. Talk it over. Whoop-de-whoop before you ever get in that damn vehicle and drive. There you go. But to go out there and act like that, that's just cops being cops. You people have no idea how abuse works. Oh, I'm sorry. Huh. Well, maybe you'd like to tell us how abuse works. I mean, how does it work? Yeah. You can tell us how abuse works. Maybe it will change everybody's mind. It might. I mean, I can see where it could. No. And I didn't really hear anything from his family or her family about anything prior, like where there was any kind of abuse or like verbal, anything like that between the two of them. The way that I was understanding it, they was getting along okay. I mean, through most of the time, but I think things kept building up, and it was like he was saying, it becomes a lot of little things. It becomes a lot of little things. Believe me, I've been in relationships, and you know what it is? It's a lot of little things. A lot of little things, man. Yeah, well, now that's the question right there, is it not? Why is he still running? Why is he still running, man? He's got to turn himself in. I mean, he's got to come to a thing with law enforcement where they know what took place. I mean, they've been out there. I'm sure they did a crime scene evaluation, from where a body was found, and probably have at least a decent idea of what kind of took place right now. But they need him. Without him, then, I mean, they could file charge. I'm not really sure. I'm not even sure what they, from my understanding, I mean, I can't speak for her, but I mean, she certainly had the channel. And what was it, YouTube or Facebook? I forget which one it was that they was using. And it might have been, what? I'll say YouTube, and maybe it's Facebook or wherever it is that they was, using. But she had the social media thing, and that was the thing, van life, man. We're traveling across the country, woo-whoop-de-woo, and it was all put right there on social media, kind of a big deal for them. Now, again, if I'm to understand how that began, well, they're in love, man. They're in love. They're engaged. They want to go live the van life for a minute, travel across the country and back. And I think it all began as a good time. And I guess because I never heard anything contrary, that their family and friends were down with that. It seems like a great idea, man. You two would probably have a great time doing that. Woo-whoop-de-woo, man. Shuffle off, go do your van life thing. So I don't know that there was or not, but you know, right now, it's just that we're kind of limited in those areas. I mean, law enforcement ain't coming out with what they know, and the families aren't coming out with what they know, and we don't have any insight into what they know. So until he's found, we're really kind of limited on the exact information that we can receive. You know, now I think that there's an APB out on this guy. I don't think that he could leave Florida. I don't think that he could get on a plane, you know, unless he had left prior to without the FBI's knowledge. And that's a could be. But again, if they sent him out of country, you know, to escape justice on this, then they would be held accountable for some of it. He would turn himself in due time. TikTok. You see, I don't know anything about TikTok, man. Thanks, dude. Hey, you animal, man. What's up, dude? Summer Wells. No, I haven't. Man, you know what? Should I look into the disappearance of Summer Wells? Because if I should, I will. Okay, I'll remember the name, Summer Wells. That's kind of a cool name. Oh, really? It ain't their first trip? Well, see, man, it looks like I mean, if they've done this before. Okay, man, I'll look. Jeez, calm down, Layla. Well, all right. The time here is 04. Hold on. Let me go see if I can get a. Nope. Still ain't found him yet. Oh, geez, Barbara. Hey. Okay. All right. I will check into that. Really? Hi. Wow. Well, you know what? I'll go look at it and I'll kind of make a call from there. You know, look, man, people want me to look at it. I mean, you know, if I look at it, it's like that, man. I just say, I mean, you know, I wouldn't hold back. But I mean, you know, it could be kind of important to look into her missing case, maybe, you know, I don't know. Hadn't looked into it yet, so I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my glasses. See, my dog ate one of the things off of it. I was shamed for that. I knew he wanted a milk bone. No, but anyway, no, he got a hold of it, man. I picked him up. I'm like, whoa, what the hell, man? Hey, you know, there was the thing all chewed off of it, and I'm like, God, I had these for like a year, and now they're gone. They're broke. They're, you know. All right. Well, sorry I'm late. Hey, what's up, Maud? Maud, man, it's about time you got here, man. We was talking about you earlier. Well, you know what? I mean, this is me. I mean, you hear what I'm saying. Here they are. They're at his parents' house, which I assume is his house. He's 23. You would assume he still wouldn't live with these parents, but apparently he did. I guess, you know. So they're at his parents' house. Now, the parents know because he returned home without her. He told them through an attorney what had happened. They know what happened, I believe. They're purposely giving misdirection to keep him hidden, is my thought. Now, I don't know why, because I don't really know, the underscore. I don't know what really happened. And again, he's got to be found before we can know that. So, oh, you know what? Yeah, I already took that walk, Kenny. Yeah, me and Puppy took that way earlier in the day. So, anyways, it's like one thing if they attack. Now, the other night when the cops went into that house and they came out and was given an announcement upon that, there was some lady that's standing out there in the front of that house that would not quit screaming with the bullhorn, trying to make a scene every time that cop opened his mouth. This is me. This is exactly me. Weighted glove, send him out, backhand her, and tell her to shut the hell up until I complete my sentence. I do not tolerate to that crap. Like, you want the cops' words? Shut up, man. Quit trying to be a feminist, man. Shut the hell up. Man, feminists, man, let me tell you, feminists. I ain't down with their sickness, man. I'm probably more of a sexist, though, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly, man. You see where I'm at. It was ridiculous. Man, I wasn't cool with that, man. I mean, I would have really, if I was the cops, I would have been out there arresting some people. Would have said, don't give a shit. I mean, they'll arrest you for anything, but when it comes right down to it, oh, well, a peaceful protest or some shit like that. And it's called making the news. That's what it's called. Yeah, and see, I kind of knew that. I mean, I really did. And I think everybody was probably on the same side of it. Well, he's back. She isn't with him. He returned. She's missing. Everybody should have been on the same page. She's murdered. She's dead. No, it ain't free speech. I ain't got free speech. Where's my free speech? Free speech is only if it's a political form that they're using. Oh, today it's good to be a feminist, so I'm going to be all big feminist. That ain't freedom of speech. That's called them allowing you that. It ain't free speech. Free speech is wonderful. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if it's just ridiculous free speech, then I'm all about ridiculous free speech. Hell, I'll go ridiculous free speech all day long, just like them, if you want to see me be a dick. You know what? I think that right there, the search of Carlton Reserve is probably where they were sent to. I don't think that he's there, and I don't think that they felt that he was really there. And I think that that's what we're going to take out of this in the end. When they was sent there going like, the family said this is where he was going to be, and then they're over there looking, I'm like, yeah, this is for crap. They probably are not going to find him there, So I don't know that he was. I think it's part of, well, you know what? Okay. But again, if he did, where's he at? I mean, what they got, man? They got like drones, planes, swamp buggies, people, cars. Where's he at? I don't know, 5 days in this place. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Unless he's got some special little place picked out. Again, figured they would have had him. Peace. No, they ain't trying to. It's been gone for ages, Tim, ages and ages. So anyway, that's where we're at. Where is Brian? Where is Brian Laundrie? And how crazy is that his last name is Laundrie, like dirty laundry? It's like, that's it right now. The dirty laundry is Brian Laundrie. Where is he at, man? Where can he go? How's he eating? How's he keeping power on his phone? Okay, was he set up with like a solar collector where he can like stay on it? Does he have a separate phone where he can call somebody else, like a track phone, back to his lawyer, where he can stay in touch with everybody without them recognizing that? How's he getting by with food and everything? How's it getting done? I mean, was this stuff put into place? Was he taken someplace where he was going to be? Are the cops being led to an area, where he can be over here? And why are they doing that? Why are they keeping him safety away? Why are they doing that? They know he's got to face justice. They know somebody's got to stand trial for this. They know if they help him all the way through and make him avoid justice, that they're the ones that will be paying the price. So why are they continuing to do this? What's up with that? Where's he at? Why is he continuing to hide? Well, yeah, but geez, Rusty, it is 2021. It's not like 1930s. Yeah, now that I can't explain. Why would he take a camping trip? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought I kind of misread that. No, you're right. Exactly. Exactly. Now, when he returns without her in her van, okay, now he's there, and apparently the neighbors said he was living quite normally, like he would, doing everything kind of like almost on a set schedule. Now, through this like week time, him and his parents went on a camping trip. Now, I think that if that right there holds any water, if that's true at all, that happened, then they took him to a place where he now is. I mean, would have to be. Oh, man, why would abused women cut their hair short? Yeah. All right. And man, good spelling too. Yeah, well done, Kenny. That's dirty laundry with the DRIE. You know what, man? When I was over in Germany, in the drinking age off base, and that's like in the 83, 84, was 16. It was 18 on base. So you could go to the NCO club 18, airmen, I didn't care. 16 off base. Now, my brother, he went to school over in Bitburg. He'd get up in the morning, and if he was going to skip school, man, I'd just skip school with him. We'd walk over to Bitburg, man, and just hit the bars all day. He was 15. They didn't even card him. Germany, Germany in the 1980s, a drunk's dream. Man, you know what? The mark was like really high to $1. It was like four marks, so many 38 pfennig to $1. God, man, it was great, man. You just make American money and just go out and just rape the German economy. It was a good time. I loved it. All right. Well, hey, you know what? This is really good. Been on here an hour and 20 minutes live. And not even one person brought Delphi up. You know what? I don't think they can. I don't think they can because, and I think that this is part of the weirdness of it. She was missing, not found. Well, he was the last person that they suspected seen her, so he became a person of interest to talk to concerning her disappearance. Well, they knew that he had talked to a lawyer and that he had went elsewhere. Now, they said they knew where he was. Now, maybe they knew where he was. Maybe they did not know where he was, because right now it's looking like they didn't know at all where he was, unless he's still in the house, which could be. I'm not saying he's still in the house, man. If they didn't go in there and search and figured that's where he was originally, why wouldn't he still be in the house? So when they went into that house the other day, and I assumed that they wanted, that there was some items that they wanted. And I think one of them was out of the car where the person went out and got that item. There may have been other things. They was talking to the parents. So I felt like, you know, he was a person of interest, but they wasn't there to arrest. Now, I don't think that because he's a person of interest that they had enough that they could go in and search the house. You see where I'm at? Because they would need like good reason to believe he's there. You know, they would have to really know he's there. Now, I think because he was a person of interest and they're telling the family, look, he's a person of interest, we need to talk to him. So I don't think that they could have went out and legitimately got a polygraph. Aside of that, a polygraph is inadmissible in court. So I don't think that they, you know, would have done that anyway. But I think it's going to come down to the fact that they're going to locate the guy. I mean, they will locate him by whatever means. Even if it's like through his lawyer, him reaching out, food, water, being spotted, no matter what, he will be found in due time. He'll be found probably before the weekend's out. Well, I don't want to go Delphi. Don't make me go Delphi. You know what? I have not been to the trails lately. Oh, sorry about that. I have not been to the trails recently. Kind of just been hanging out here. You know what? Who does have the van? That's a good question. I know one of them was taken by cops the other day, then returned. And it would seem like the van, being probably the last place where she was before, if anything took place outside, would have been a good place that they would have liked to look, you know, to see what was in the van, you know, the placement of things, how long things maybe had been out awry. One cop was talking about where they had eaten that restaurant, that when they found her, if like say exactly that was her last meal, they could tell by, you know, the composition of the food, you know, the digestion of it, how long it would take, and about how long she would have died after eating that food at this time. You know, some of that, man. There's a book. It's called A Fly for the Prosecution. Good book, man. But it deals with insects in the world of forensic, crime, like murders. And, you know, in the book, man, and it was a pretty good book because it originated with the guy who kind of began that, you know, as insects in forensics. Like as an example, if you die and you're outside and it's this time, you know, like the flies, this and that, like when they show up at the body, you know, how long they're there, you know, all this and that, like these different elements, you know, of the insects take place over time so that when they find it, you know, the body, I don't know. Anyways, the whole thing is that it began in Hawaii, you know, with this missing person that was found dead. But really good book, man. Kind of read into that. I mean, it holds stuff forensically. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking something else. I don't want to. Oh, you know, he's doing really, really good. He's doing awesome. I love Puppy. My baby, man. Oh, we go out and spend like, you know, long hours in the woods most of the time. You would have to believe so. I mean, it's the Everglades. I mean, that's pretty hostile, man. You got like lizards, alligators, snakes, I mean, everything that wants to kill you lives in the Everglades. Or Australia. You know what? I ain't seen Wombat Dundee. Like, where's Wombat Dundee? I mean, of course, that's in Australia too, man. He might not even get up yet, man. Well, I don't know. He's from Florida. I mean, he might have some special Everglades skills, man. You know, he might go out there and whoop ass for what we know, man. He might be all like Mortal Kombat with his Everglades. You don't know, man. Yeah, Panthers. So what? A panther. You know what they call them in Tennessee? Painters. Yeah, painters. Well, you know, I never made the connection. Never did. I mean, there came a day when I made the connection, but I'm all like, oh, I see. Painter, panther, got it. But again, man, a mountain lion, I mean, let me ask you something. How many times have you heard of somebody dying from a mountain lion attack? You just don't, do you? Because mountain lions don't really just attack people for no reason. They try to avoid that. Hey, CC. Yep. Yeah. No, I think that that's the truth of it. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure the lawyer knows where he is. And I'm sure that through that, his parents knew where he was. And where he is now, there are people that know, but they're not saying as much. Well, he may, but you know what? There's something to that. I mean, there are some people that, like, I mean, you know, through experience and learning, that you could take them and put them about anywhere. You know, they may not be happy, but they'll live. You know, they'll be okay. They, you know, again, it's like you lose quite a bit, but you could take somebody and put them in the desert. Some people they'd be okay. You know, other people, they'd be out there like so many hours and they'd waste away and you know, and that'd be that. Same thing, man. You throw somebody in the Arctic. Some people, man, they'll say, okay, well, I can build a damn, you know, igloo. Some people be okay. Other people, no. You better have them some food, some water, some power, and a way to talk, you know, because they will not be okay. You know, is he one of them? Or is he one of the other? We don't really know, but right now he's kind of looking like he is because he's been out there a while and ain't nobody heard from him yet. See, I kind of discount Mexico. I really do. Because they knew from when he got back, when she was turned in missing, I think that that's when they began looking at him. And that's when, I mean, once they kind of seen what they were looking at, I think that they kind of had him under some surveillance. I don't think at that point he could have really left Florida. I mean, that's me. I don't know that, but it sounds probably the closest thing that they would have had. I mean, they had the FBI out there, man. That's going the full way. Yeah. No, yeah, totally. And I think that they had that set up, if you see where I'm at. totally. Like with the lawyer, like where he was going to go, any food and anything like that was already pre-established and set up there. That way, when they sent the cops over here, they knew that he'd be fine over here. You know, just not really a time that he would probably be relating anything back and forth from him. I think right now he's just sitting low. But I think that probably be his parents that will break the word if he don't. Well, if he did, but even if he had a head start, where would he have went? I mean, they would have known. Understand, if you get and you go out of the country, they got you on camera. They know these places where you was at. And believe me, when it's the FBI looking for you, every camera out there is looking for you. You know, and when one spots you, it's going to pop up, boom, here. And it's going to show that little, you know, that's the thing. That's why I don't think that he's out there traveling around. Because if he was, he would have been spotted. He would have been seen. A camera would have picked him up. It's just the way of it. Look, we live in 2021. You do not get over on the camera. He's on a Carnival cruise. The love boat. Da, 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 da. No, that is exactly what I'm, yeah. That's the point I'm making, that if he went on to the thing, man, that's what it was probably in relation to. They had like the food and everything set up in an area where that he would be. And then when the cops came, they would send him elsewhere to the fucking Everglades or whatever, you know, to look for him while he's over here like getting, you know, like with food and everything. So I don't know, man. And that sounds very legitimate to me, you know, because I don't see how he could have got out of this state at that time. You know, I mean, he was being looked into. And again, man, they can find you. It goes way deeper than what we think. Way. You know what, man? This is one thing I don't understand. We got all these people coming into America. How's come all these people that, like, you know, I mean, like, you know, just don't go like, you know what? We're going to Florida. We're moving to Mexico. If we start going down and filling up Mexico as they're coming out, give it 50 years, they'll want back in again. Yeah, think about it. Hmm? Just go down there, man, and start getting really pissy with the government. Going like, yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. I mean, what are they going to do? You know, what's Mexico going to do to you? Oh, thanks for being here. You met him? You know what? As soon as the show's over, man, I already give him a hug for you, man. Appreciate it. Yes. And I'm on your side, and I think that they will deal with it for a little while, but I think it's going to become too much, and it's going to become too much real quick. Like, real quick. Like in a couple of days when they realize that the entire world's still on their doorstep and they can't sleep, move, do anything, they're going to start getting really testy. And I think that that's kind of a little bit of what they're looking at. I mean, I think law enforcement knows. And I don't think that law enforcement is breaking down all the media and telling them, the media, you know, right there. And that's for a reason, man. They want that shit to get old. You know, they want it to be old for these people because they want them to come to them and give them some answers. And again, this is why I think it's coming quicker than what we think. I really do. Whoa, what do you mean? Holy crap, you guys. I haven't been following it like that. I didn't know that. I just know what I seen from the outside. Huh. I don't even know who you're talking to, man. Well, and again, I think that there's only X amount that they can really do toward the parents. You know, I don't think that they can really go in and force the parents to say anything. Or I sincerely doubt that they can. Yeah, one coming. But no. Got November 1st coming. That's the day. Keep an eye to that date. And with that, because that's what I wanted to talk about, and I kind of wanted to run this by everybody. I got a cell phone. Don't tell people. No, I got it because, look, I got stuff on my computer, and you know what they do now? Today, you got to like double secure your stuff with the phone. You know, this is how they make sure every single person in the world has a phone. You know, because they go, oh, I can't do that anymore. Now we need a cell phone. This is a double security. Yeah, you know. No, but you know what? I got your note. I'll give you a call once I wrap up here, if you don't mind. So anyway, everybody, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. You see, I'm not even like seeing like mods over here, nothing like that, man. I've just been sitting around doing nothing. But I thought, well, I kind of bring this case up because I think that as days progress, this is going to give us stuff to talk about. Because I think that this is going to open a little bit bigger than what it is right now. That's what I'm looking at. So thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks, donators. Thanks, viewers. Man, hey, if you like the program or got anything out of it, go ahead and share it. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.